Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to go into a lesson on something I have been meditating on, and honestly, something that I have been kind of coming more into the realization of is with Isaiah 4:1, and with the whole, when the time of multiple women are going to be paired up with brothers and men, of Yahweh Shem Shah, where he set that whole ordeal up. Just kind of tapping more so into the mindset of how it was in the ancient world, which the brothers always go into it, but certain things, certain topics or certain scriptures, certain prophecies, or at least, just certain things you have to kind of experience on a certain level and get that firsthand experience to really put the pieces of the puzzle together, kind of understand it a lot better. And what I mean is, with Isaiah 4:1, I always, know about, multiple women with one man, and knowing that that's the order, that's how it's supposed to, that's lawful and different things like that. But just going more so into that time when all that takes place, I was thinking more so how with the choosing of the women would be, because it's gonna be a lot of women that get rejected during that time too. There won't be of that number. They're gonna want to be. They're gonna want to be with the men of the Lord. They're gonna be saved. They're not gonna want to go through the judgment and ultimately be destroyed. But being during that time, it's gonna be very, very important. And ultimately, it's gonna be through the Yahweh Shem Shah anyway. But just being able to make a decision on what type of women you would actually take in versus what women you wouldn't. And those women are gonna be women that's actually have skills or skill sets that's gonna actually benefit you, because they were created to be our helpmeet, Which I guess I can start with that. This is Genesis 2. Uh, 2:18, and I'm gonna read in the AMP. It says, "Now the Lord, God said, Most High, Most High said, it is not good or beneficial for the man to be alone. I will make him a helper, one who balances him is a counterpart who is suitable and complementary for him." And in that KJV it said he make a help me for him, someone to help the man out, because that's the role of a woman, to be an assistant and to serve the man, to help us out in our enterprise of what Yahweh Shem Shah has ordained for us to do. So going back to the point, a lot of and also too, just talking to different women, experiencing different women and different things like that, and knowing, being able to look beyond the appearance, because we understand why the scriptures tell us not to. Get that real quick. This is Proverbs 31:30. Favor is deceitful and beauty. Well, I want to see what the AMP say. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth Yahweh Shem Shah, she shall be praised. And this is Proverbs 31:30 in the AMP. Charm and grace are deceptive, and superficial beauty is vain. But a woman who fears the Lord, reverently worshiping, obeying, serving, and trusting him with all filled respect shall be praised. Right. So a woman who fears Yahweh Shem Shah, and how do they show their fear and loyalty and worshiping the Heavenly Father? By doing that to their man, because them doing it to their man is like them doing it to Yahweh Shah, because that's the order. They can't go directly to Yahweh Shah without going through their man, So they have to follow after their men's leadership. They have to follow out the men. That's what a woman of Yahweh Shem Abishai is going to do. And they're going to actually, because thinking of going back to skills and skill sets and traits that they, positive skills and traits that they possess, all of that is going to be beneficial for the man. It's going to benefit them too, but they're going to be developing these skills so that it can help further that man's enterprise in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And for example, because the two most common things that people in this age say is cooking and cleaning. Which is very, very, very important for a woman to know how to cook and know how to clean, because that's a part of your design. It's a part of what you're supposed to be doing, as a woman. And none of this is belittling. None of this is to belittle the women or anything. That's literally how you were created and designed. It's just that America has twisted roles, the role of a woman and the role of a man. Esau Edom has twisted all of that. So cooking and cleaning is definitely, beneficial. And these are skills that women should definitely possess. Knowing how to cook and knowing how to clean, And when I say knowing how to clean, because I forgot, I think it was a brother that brought this out, like women, when they clean and when they, do different things like that, they'll spot things that us men, we don't typically spot, or we don't typically get it. They have it's like a natural, it's like they have it built into them to know how to take care of a house, even though it's a skill set that still has to be developed. Like they naturally have it, but it's still a skill set that has to be developed. It has to be enhanced. It has to be worked on, for lack of better words. They have to continue to work on these skills, But the point is that they had actual skills that would benefit the man, especially in a time where, like, he needed them to do this or do that. They had the necessary skills to do what was needed, what was required of them. So I'm gonna give 2 examples. This is Genesis chapter 6. I'm gonna read in the AMP. Well, I'm gonna start at 1. I read down. Start at 1. It says, "Now the Lord appeared to Abraham by the terebinth trees of Mamre in Hebron, while he was sitting at the tent door in the heat of the day. When he raised his eyes and looked up, behold, 3 men were standing a little distance from him. When he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground and said, 'My Lord, if now I have found favor in your sight, please do not pass your servant without stopping to visit. Please let a little water be brought by one of my servants, and you may wash your feet and recline and rest comfortably under the tree. And I will bring a piece of bread to refresh and sustain you. After that, you may go on, since you have come to your servant.' And they replied, 'Do as you have said.' So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah and said, 'Quickly get ready 3 measures of fine meal, kneaded and baked cakes.'" So the first thing he did was went and told Sarah, like, "Look, we got guests. We got guests out here. All right, this is what I need you to do. Prepare this meal. Get this ready, because I'm trying to get this done." It was an urgent matter, So like he said, he quickly ran to the tent and said, "Look, Sarah, boom, I need you to prepare this meal and do this and do that, because I got some people, I got some guests. We got some guests, And she instantly got to work. It wasn't no backlash. It wasn't no back and forth, this, that, and the third, And she already knew what time it was. She already knew, okay, my Lord, because she called Abraham her Lord. She already saying, "My Lord wants me to do this." Okay, she locked in, because that's a woman's, that's their area of expertise. That's where they shine at the most. That's where women shine at the most, handling the house, whether it's cooking, cleaning, even housekeeping, because they got plenty of jobs out here that's considered housekeeping. But literally the term housekeeping or keeper at the house is a part of your traits, and that's beautiful, because us men, we don't think and operate in that fashion, not to the level that a woman would. And that's why a lot of women, they especially in today's time, they think men who live alone their houses, they houses typically be junky or dirty or this, that, and the third. That's typically what they think. But of course we don't all operate like that. We take care of ourselves, take care of our possessions, this, that, and the third. But a woman will further enhance it, because the things that I see or the things that I don't see, they'll see it, They'll be able to spot dust in areas where it might look fine to me, but they'll actually see it. But in this case right here, it said Abraham told her, look, I need this meal prepared, And now this is what he did. Verse 7, Abraham also ran to the herd and brought a calf, tender and choice, and he gave it to his servant to butcher, and he hurried to prepare it. Then he took curds and milk and the calf which he had prepared and set it before the men, and he stood beside them while they beside them under the tree while they ate. So here it is, he served Yahweh Shah and the two angels that was with him food, prepared it for him and did everything. Cause look, Abraham was a servant, just like Sarah is a servant to Abraham. So he did exactly what he was, what he was doing, serving his masters, making sure they taken care of, with no type of issues, no nothing like, man, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that type of energy. He was happy to do it, glad to do it, and that's how it should be. It's Genesis chapter 27. Genesis chapter 27. I'm going to start at verse 9. I'm going to start at verse 8. In the AMP, it says, so now, my son, listen carefully to me and do exactly as I command you. Go down to the flock and bring me 2 good and suitable young goats, and I will make them into a savory dish of meat for your father, the kind he loves to eat. She know exactly how he like to eat it. She know exactly like he like his food, And she said she's going to prepare him a meal, prepare the meal so that Jacob can get the blessing, because she already knew what the angels, and the spirit of the Lord was on it anyway. She already knew the plan. So she telling her son Jacob, look, go out here and fetch this, and I'm going to make a meal that your father loves. It's going to be a meal that he'll never forget, But this was all the plan of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But she had that ability, that skills. That again, this is just going into, cooking, preparing food. But we know that our women, they had other skills too. And they wasn't the only ones, Because, of course, I'm targeting, Sarah, and this is Rebecca. But going back to the whole sense of multiple women having multiple different skills in different areas, that is very, very beneficial, because you might have a woman who her top or best skill is she can cook well. You might have another woman who excels in cleaning. She knows how to really, she knows how to clean, what products to use, where to get certain things up, know how to organize the house in a certain fashion. You might have another woman who knows how to, she's very good at planning. She's very good at organization skills, so on and so forth. And they might have skills in different areas as well, but that might be their top skills, and all of it's going to benefit you, and ultimately it's going to benefit them too, because everybody's going to be playing their part. So it just adds more layers to Isaiah 4:1, and it not just being, we just taking in multiple women, and, you're going to have some women that look good and they fine, and no, it's not about that, It says, verse 10, then you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before his death. Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, listen, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth-skinned man. Suppose my father touches me and feels my skin, then I would be seen by him as a cheat imposter, and I will bring his curse on me and not a blessing. But his mother said to him, may your curse be on me, my son. Only listen and obey me and go. Bring the young goats to me. So Jacob went and got the 2 young goats and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared a delicious dish of food with a delightful aroma, the kind his father loved to eat. Uh, it and that's the well, I read down. And then Rebekah took her eldest son Esau's best clothes, which were with her in her house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the young goats on his hands and on the smooth part of his neck. Then she gave her son Jacob the delicious meat and the bread which she had prepared, going into her having the skills to actually do. And then she knew exactly how her husband liked it. She made it exactly how he liked it. You know, that's all of that is a skill. You know, all of that is beneficial to the man. Cause think about all the years that she was actually doing that for Jacob. I mean, it's like all the years she was doing it for Isaac. You know, preparing the meals and doing exactly what he needed, all the skills that she possessed. One more. Uh, okay. I know how to say. Yeah. It should keep her at home. Let me see. Am I tripping? Let's see. What was that? I don't forgot exactly where it said. So like it, just bear with me for 1 second. I can't remember exactly how it's worded. And I can't remember it, the keeper at home, where it goes into a woman should be some of the how a woman. Let me see. Which I'm gonna read this. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let me see one more thing. All right, this is 1 Peter 3:1. I'm gonna read it in the AMP. In the same way, you wives, be submissive to your own husbands, subordinate, not as inferior, but out of respect for the responsibilities entrusted to husbands and their accountability to the Most High, and so partnering with them. And I love the way that was worded. I never read this. I love the way they were worded. It says subordinate, not as inferior, but out of respect for the responsibilities entrusted to husbands, you know? And that's another thing. That's another skill set. A woman who has the mindset to know that, look, the Lord is dealing with him, and the Lord has put responsibilities upon him, and he has to be responsible for these things. You know, he has a lot to be accountable for. So for a woman to have the mindset to play her part because she know that you have a lot more weight to carry, That's a beautiful thing. That's a trait that most women will be destroyed just because they can't see that. You know, they might even have skills to help benefit the man, but just not having that mindset will cause them to be destroyed. It says, so that even if some do not obey the word of the Most High, they may be won over to Yahweh Shah without discussion by the godly lies of their wives. When they see your modest and respectful behavior, together with your devotion and appreciation, love your husband, encourage him, and enjoy him as a blessing from the Most High. And this is beautiful, you know. This is very beautiful. This is a whole mindset. Your adornment must not be merely external, with interweaving and elaborate knotting of the hair and wearing gold jewelry, or being superficially preoccupied with dressing in expensive clothes. But let it be the inner beauty of the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable quality of and unfading charm of a gentle and peaceful spirit, one that is calm and self-controlled, not over anxious, but serene and spiritually mature, which is very precious in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That is very beautiful. For in this way, in former times, the holy women who hoped in the Most High used to adorn themselves, being submissive to their own husbands and adapting themselves to them. And then that's another thing, adapting themselves to their husbands, meaning how the process and how, because a lot of women, they want you to change for them. They want you to change for them. No, that's not how it's set up. You are created to serve your husband. So you have to be molded to him. You have to change for him. If you have qualities or ways that doesn't please him, you have to adjust that so that you can dwell with him in righteousness, you know, because that's the purpose. You know, that's how the Lord set it up, you know, for man and woman to dwell together. And that's not to say, like, if he got some negative or wicked ways, you got to conform to his wicked ways. That's not what it's going into, you know, because this whole ideal is going off of women dealing with a man in general. Not even just a man of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, but a man in general. But now if if your man being wicked and he wants you to be wicked too, like, nah, we ain't supposed to do that. But outside of that, if you have if you with a man and he telling you to do this and do that, you supposed to still obey him as long as it's not wicked. Adapting themselves to them. So if he come home and he like to go to sleep first before he interact with you, you have to adjust to that, you know. If you don't like it, you have to learn how to deal with it. It's just an example. Verse 6, just as Sarah obeyed Abraham, following him and having regard for him as head of their house, meaning she knew he was the leader, calling him Lord, and you have become her daughters if you do what is right without being frightened by any fear, that is being respectful toward your husband, but not giving into the intimidation, nor allowing yourself to be led into sin, nor to be harmed. Right, and there it is. I didn't even know it was gonna say it like that, you know. And I can't think of the scripture, but it was keep her at the house, keep her at home. And I done put in, there it is, Kun. Wadi Habashim Yahushua. It was in Titus. I'm going to start at 1. This is Titus 2 and 1 in the AMP. But as for you, teach the things which are in agreement with sound doctrine, which produces men and women of good character, whose lifestyles identifies them as true followers of Yahweh Shai. Older men are to be temperate, dignified, sensible, sound in faith, in love, in steadfastness, like Yahweh Shai in character. And that just, they can be older in spirit too. Older women similarly are to be reverent in their behavior, not malicious, gossips, nor addicted to much wine, teaching what is good and right and good, so that they may encourage the young women to tenderly love their husband and their children. And this is the point: to be sensible, pure, makers of a home, where the Most High is honored, good nature, being subject to their own husbands, so that the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will not be dishonored. And so, like I said, makers of a home, because being a maker of the home or keepers at home, that's also, that's going to also being at the house, because the only way you're going to be able to maintain and take care of a home is if you're actually there. And being there, you're going to actually be able to move around and shine, because a lot of women don't even realize that their skill set is being a keeper at the house. Being a keeper at the house is not only just staying at the house, like you just being at home, but it also goes into things that you can do at the house to make the house a home, because that's something that women excel at, making a house a home. A man, he can build a house, but women excel at making that house a home. So again, just going into that whole Isaiah 4:1, which I'm not gonna read it, but just going into the point of Isaiah 4:1, a lot of that, those women that's gonna be chosen are going to be women who possess skills and skill sets that's going to complement and benefit that man, So, Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children that they're keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.